Hey Emerson Elementary, if you're watching this video, that means you've already watched this one and practiced finger knitting with the single crochet method. We're going to now learn something a little more challenging. You might have a lot of these laying around now because of all your practice. You might have some really long ones or some short ones. You might have made some into bracelets or necklaces or lanyards even. We're going to start by unraveling a bit of yarn and making a slip knot just as we did before. And I'm going to put that slip knot on my thumb. My thumb is not really going to be a part of this work except for holding onto that end of the string so it doesn't get lost. Now I'm going to start weaving. Weaving is putting the string over and under. If you've ever done any weaving work before, you might be familiar with this. So I'm going to show you what I did there again and walk you through it. So I'm going to take my string, I'm going to go over this finger and then under my next finger. Take the string over the next one and under the next one. Now that I'm here, I need to go back the other way so that I can go over my pinky finger so that there will be a loop there, under my ring finger, over my middle finger, under my pointer finger. I actually want to have 2 loops on each finger, so I'm going to do that again. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Now it's time for me to take the bottom string and pull it off my finger over the top. If it's a little tight, it might be tricky, so we have to keep it kind of loose. I have it a little too tight. There. Now I'm going to scoop my finger knitting down a little bit on my hand so it doesn't come off, and I'm going to weave again. Over, under, over, under, over the pinky, under, over, under. Well, now that I've pulled off those stitches, I can go again. So just like with the previous lesson, it's important to try to keep the string down a little low, especially on that pinky. If you're like me and your pinky is much shorter than your other fingers, you'll have to move it down almost every time that you do a row. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the other side now that I've done several rows. Lift up my hand and show you. Both sides will look a little bit different. It's the opposite side of the stitch is what shows. This is the more knitted look. And it's much wider. It has 3 chains. Kind of that looks similar to what you did before. If you want to save it for later because you'd like to practice this more, but you don't want to do it right now, you can take each loop off of your finger with a pencil. And that way you have it saved, ready to go for the next time. If you want to do it again, you might need a little help getting them back on your fingers from the pencil. But I've got them nice and wide right now, so I can easily get them back on. So that I can continue weaving over, under, and pulling the bottom over the top. Now, if you are all done, but you want to keep your work, then we'll have to show you how to end it. Oops. So here's what it kind of looks like now. After I took it off and put it back on, it got a little more spaced out up here from that, but I'm okay with that. It's just practice. If I didn't want to keep it, I could just take it off and unravel and roll it back up. But since I do want to keep it, I'm going to unroll just a bit of string and cut it. And I'm going to finger crochet just like I did before. Take the bottom over the top. And then I'm going to put the string through the back of that loop to hold it. And now that finger's free, I'm going to crochet this one, bottom over the top. Oops. And then put the string through the back to hold it. I'll do that again on the 3rd finger. And then one more. And that's it. Now I'm done. I have it tied. It's secure. It's not going to unravel if I pull on it. It'll stay just like this. You can practice this for a while if you still have a lot of yarn to work with. And you can let your teacher know when you're ready for some more yarn.